Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review, and yeah, we are going back to this episode of the Beer 52 Stone and Friends. And we're probably doing the beer that I guess I don't know if it actually started everything for Stone, but this is the beer that yeah, this is their flagship beer, shall we say. This is the Stone Brewing IPA. And I believe this was first brewed way back in 1997, I think this was. Obviously, really bitter, really hoppy. Says, take a moment to savour the complex tropical aromas and flavours, embracing Stone's standard bearer of a new dry hop blend. Fruity hop character, elements of mango, pineapple, peach, citrus, complementing the beer's iconic backbone. So yeah, I think the recipe for this has changed over the time. And from looking at the hops they're using now, these hops weren't around back in the 90s. So Centennial, Azaka, Calypso, Motueka, Ella, and Victoria's Secret. So some of those will have been around, but not all of them. So this version of Stone IPA is definitely not the same, but this is their flagship brew. It's 355, 6.9% on the ABV. It's got that mean kind of Stone demon guy, whatever, on there. And just to tell you how American it is, we've got lots of Japanese, I believe this is. Yeah, Japanese on there because, as we well know, they have been taken over recently. Let's see if there's any kind of ingredients that would stand out. Not really. Water, barley, hops, cereals, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so nothing else really in there. But this is an absolute classic. I mean, this devil dude in green. This is iconic, man. And it's not like, I know Stone has gone through a few iterations and not everyone likes their politics. I guess similar way to over here in the UK, it would be Brewdog would be kind of the equivalent of Stone. But it's a shame anytime a brewery kind of sells out, I guess, in a way. They're still going to do the classic beers such as this. This beer is not going away anytime soon. Yeah, let's get into it. So look at the colour. This is classic IPA colour in the West Coast style, I would say. Head-wise, yeah, I'm not that impressed by that head. I was expecting a bit more, but this has been in the fridge for a day or two. So we're talking quarter of a finger's head, I guess. And it is quite cloudy, but I'm not surprised because this bad boy is very, very heavily hopped. There's a slight fruitiness on the nose, but this is all about the pine, all about the dankness. So I wonder if this iteration of this beer, let me do a photo opportunity on a daily. Yeah, so this beer is one of the classic beers. I mean, come on, this has been around forever. Sierra Nevada's probably the other one that's been around that I can remember for this long. And it's just a shame that, yeah, things change over time. Cheers and beers, guys. Let's see what we get out of this nearly 7% beer. Come on. Bit of a hiccup. I took too big a gulp, I think. It is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be outrageous. Hops, heavy IBUs. And it's not. I mean, there's obviously a lot of hops in there. And I'm tasting the greenery now. But there is that kind of fruity, floral thing happening in the background. But again, not as pronounced as I might have thought. Interesting. I think if I had this beer back in the day, this would have been like, whoa, an absolute hot bomb monster thing. But the demon, who's chilling out here, he has had his horns clipped to some degree, because this is not as hoppy a bad boy as I had thought it would be. Whoa. Okay. Second sip is proper hoppy, but still not a huge amount of bitterness, which is weird. There's quite a nice amount of residual sugar too. I mean, from the look of it, that's obviously got crystal malt in it, just from the colour, but also from the taste. It's that IPA thing. American IPAs tend to have a bit more sort of sweetness, a bit more sugariness, so they can hop them to within an inch of their life, and you know, that malt bill kind of balances things out. So I'm not feeling the alcohol kicking in, but I've just got that kind of alcohol expression on my exhaled breath. That is one of the signs, especially on a cold kind of autumn or winter's day, that you're drinking a reasonably strong beer. But yeah, this is surprisingly more tame than I thought it was going to be. I thought after yesterday this was going to be a real hoppy bad boy, but slightly disappointed. Final sip. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit more kind of fruity, but because there's so many different hops in here, it's difficult to pull out any particular kind of flavour. Sadly, a little bit generic, if you ask me. Got some nice tide lines on the glass, which is nice to see. And I'm not sure if the American system is slightly different to the British or European system, but it doesn't actually say whether it's got any kind of oats or wheat in here. This is more a classic IPA, like a West Coast style. Yeah, I don't know. I feel a bit left lacking. Anyway, I'm pleased to say that I've had the Stone Original IPA, 6.9% beer. I mean, that is not to be sniffed at. And it is a hoppy beer. It is nice. Don't get me wrong. But I was expecting something that was going to grab me by the balls and give them a good old squeeze. Quite well carbonated. Yeah, it's a bit meh. Yeah, a bit too generic for me. It's kind of a generic an IPA, and it should be an iconic IPA. Anyway, this has been Unclejona drinking Stone IPA, so you guys don't have to. Please click like if you've liked this video. Click subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you are from across the pond in America, let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about Stone IPA? Have you had this beer lately, or have you had this beer years and years ago and thought, wow, this is a hoppy monster? Because it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of had its wings clipped to some degree. Anyway, this has been Unclejona saying shalom to you all. We'll see you real soon for more Stone Brewing beers.